What is up, guys? Jade from A&J Reacts here. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe to A&J Reacts. Come join the A&J family so you can be alerted whenever we upload new content. And don't forget to give this video a like. Now, for today's video, we are going into the situation that has arisen with quite a few Italian players at the minute, with the likes of Tonali, Zaniolo, and especially NICOLÓ Fagioli, that they have been found to have been gambling and apparently betting on football matches, and they could be facing huge bans. Where in this case, we're going to be talking about NICOLÓ Fagioli, because the Juventus midfielder is facing an 8 to 9 month ban from professional football from his gambling. Now, I would like to address this. If he was betting on Juventus matches, I can understand, because if he was like betting himself to get a yellow card or something like that, or if he knew something in the changing room with a certain player and was betting on certain circumstances where he can have an effect on it, I can understand that, and that should not be allowed. But it's coming out that apparently Fagioli is saying that he only played poker and blackjack and has denied betting on any football matches. And if this is the case, if he is just betting, he's just playing blackjack or poker or any sort of card game that you do online or in a casino, I'm sorry, but that is not a conflict of interest in terms of the player. Like, that is not jeopardising the club or football in any way. And I don't feel that this should be punished. If he, in his own spare time, when he doesn't train, when he's not with Juventus, and he's not being involved in football in any way, and it's not affecting him, there shouldn't be no punishment if he's just playing blackjack or poker. And then another thing, if he was betting on football matches, let's say, but if he's betting on his own games, I cannot condone that. If he's betting on, like, I don't know, the fucking Saudi league, or Japanese league, Australian league, where he's going to have no say on the results whatsoever, and it's just a shot at having a bet, that is not a punishment that I see being to like 8 to 9 months. I want to go back a little bit here. When Eric Cantona, think back in 97, he kicked a football fan in the face. That was like a 10-month ban. And with an 8 to 9 month ban from gambling, you compare the two offences. Not for anything, I might be alone here, but that Cantona offence, when he kicked the fan in the face, that is a worse offence to commit. Like, you're attacking a football fan because you cannot handle the heat. This man in his spare time just likes to play a bit of blackjack, a bit of poker. If that is the case, right, because we haven't fully established, and his team has come out forward saying, like, you know, just plead guilty to the charges and you're going to get a lighter sentence. Because originally it was going to be suggested that he could be facing a 15-month ban from football. And we look at Pogba, he could be facing a 2-year ban for doping. Like, some of these punishments, some of these trials, sentencing, is just not consistent here. Like I said it again, I can understand fully if he was betting on his own team. But that is something that shouldn't be allowed. But that's not the case. He has denied completely that he's been betting on Juventus matches. But it's still to be determined. But if this is just a case of playing poker, going to a casino, and playing on games or slots or whatever, that has got no effect on his team whatsoever, no effect on his performance, then maybe a fine should be shown to him. Maybe he should pay a fine, and he shouldn't be conducting himself this way, because gambling is not something that you want to promote and what have you. But an 8-month ban, I think that is just too harsh. That is too harsh. If it's definitely for certain he's not been betting on the Juventus games, then I think that is just harsh. And we've seen, like, some of these punishments have been handed out. We've seen what was happening with Ivan Toney. and we've seen what many football players in the Premier League, for example, have been given over the last few years. It is a harsh punishment. They're now looking at it, if he is banned for 8 months, then Juventus, we have got a serious problem on our hands, because Fagioli is a talented midfielder. Granted, he has not got off to the best of starts this season, but honestly, it's just getting bad for worse for us, because we've already had the situation with Pogba, and now it looks like we're not going to be having Fagioli for the rest of the season. If this is the punishment he's going to be getting, 7 to 8, 9 months banned from professional football. And not to mention the Italian side as well. He's not going to be involved in that. And he was selected a couple of times. So we have to really look at trying to find a replacement. Someone who can fill in that role. Because now it just looks like, well, it looks like the midfield three is going to have to be Rabiot, Miretti and Locatelli. And I'm disappointed, because it was at certain points this season that I wanted to see the midfield trio of Fagioli, Miretti and Locatelli. But it looks like it's not going to happen this season. And we are going to be without one of our key players in the middle of the park for the rest of the season. And that is not good on us whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below.